And then, um, Jess, I'll make you the host so that way you can man the waiting room, okay? Okay. Got it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the new short mini series. It's a test trial. I've never done this before, and I asked myself as I was walking out the door, taking like a little mental break before I started this call. I was like, why have I not done this for the whole team? I teach this to my personally enrolled, and I do this for like their people if they're curious and they're asking questions. But bringing this to our larger team, like on an organizational scale, like why have I not done this sooner? So I am so sorry. But either way, bringing this and starting this now, it's going to be a mini short series. We're just going to see how it goes for the month. And taking it week by week. Every week is going to have like a handful of topics. It's not going to be all over the place. I have notes, and I'm like very clear and defined of what we're going to talk about. So that way we're on track, on towards our goals, towards these bonuses, towards our new gals. I like new girls getting started and rolling as soon as they sign up and get going with us. So tonight, we are going to be talking about once you have signed up, you bought your package. Congratulations! You are a Thriver now. What does that mean? What do you do? Now, if you're a leader, if you have people signed up underneath of you, look at it from this point of view. If you've already bought your package, look at this call from an onboarding standpoint. What you can start doing to teach your teams as soon as they sign up. Okay. If you're a veteran, if you've been here for a while. Now, if you're a new person, this is all going to be so new and exciting for you. So welcome. Hi. If you're watching the recording, thanks for joining and hopping on. Okay. So you bought your package. You are now a Thriver. You don't have your products yet. How am I supposed to sell my products how am I supposed to sell these products if I don't have the products in my hands yet? Guess what? People have hit their VIPs. People have hit their first rank before they've even gotten their products. Was I one of those people? No, no, I wasn't, but that's okay. But it does happen. I'm going to turn my Do Not Disturb on real quick. But it does happen. Is it a little trickier? Maybe. But the biggest thing is just taking action. That is the biggest step, is just take action. So what I start teaching girls as soon as they buy their box, is to make that first welcome post. Make that first welcome post. It doesn't matter necessarily as far as like content goes, as far as like how deep in depth that post is, what the caption is, what the picture is. This is the first step that they need to take, that you need to encourage them to take, to just take action. Take that first step, get out of their comfort zone. If they want to make it a reel, great, kudos, like give them a gold star, give them a pat on the back, like that's amazing. But if it's just a post of like them in a selfie, like even better, okay, because they took that action. So it's amazing. Anything is better than nothing in this case, okay? So as far as that welcome post, it could be like, I'm so excited about starting this Thrive journey. Like I've heard about these products. I followed so-and-so for so long. She's always so bubbly. She's always so happy. And I want that energy so bad. So like I decided I have nothing else to lose. A welcome post that I made when I first started, just for another example, I went live. I don't like going live, but I did it because it was a huge change for me, going from a company that I was with for 3.5 years and then coming over here. Like it was about to make a big splash on my social media, like a really big splash. So I wanted to make that splash bigger. So I went live and I talked about not necessarily like all like the nitty gritty of like why I left my old company and like the things that I didn't like there. Like I kept it very positive and upbeat. But I was very direct and blunt. And to the point with why I left where I was and why I came over here. It's because I saw people winning over here. I saw people with energy over here. I saw people that were actually a community. They were supporting and loving and giving to each other. And it wasn't just an all for one community. It wasn't just an all for one business. Like one person wasn't just the breadwinner of the team, right? Like I wanted to be a part of that. That is why I left where I was spinning my wheels for 3 years and I came over here. So that was my first initial post. Was I made it really short, sweet, blunt, direct, but I hit really hard on the emotions because this was a really big change for me, as I'm sure it is for a lot of you too. You're getting out of your comfort zone. You're doing something new that could be beneficial to you and your family and your future, your finances, a new home, a new car, like your kids' student loans, anything, like anything that you can absolutely think of that is going to just make an impact and make that splash bigger with starting your business. Make that splash, make it a wave that is going to knock people over and make them pay attention. That is the point of a welcome post. Just take action. So within that, say you don't have your products yet, just keep talking about the products, talking about the why. Why are you starting? Why are you excited to get your products? Keep that excitement and that momentum up, because that day one is super exciting. Once you get your products, this is where the real fun starts. This is where all of the fun things start. It's day one. Be in your stories ASAP. ASAPO. As soon as you get in your stories, things to be talking about with that is, how are you feeling? What are your energy levels? Are you noticing any difference with your cravings? For me, it was, I used to consume like over 500 milligrams of caffeine, if not more, every day. And I talked about that religiously on my stories, with taking like 2 scoops of the pre-workout that I was using, but then I was using it in the evenings, and then I would use it during lunch. And it was a lot. It was a lot. And then I would still drink coffee on top of that. Like, oh my Lanta. So I talk about constantly, how are you feeling with day one? Your day one review will just start continuing to make that splash that you made with your first initial post bigger and bigger and bigger. As you go to day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, it's your first week. How are you feeling? Talk about how you are feeling. Talk about how you were feeling previously. You know, were you bloated all the time? Did you have headaches? Did you just want to like crave all the crap and sweet foods in the afternoon? I know I did, like, did you have that mid-afternoon crash? Like I did. Talk about that. It is okay to talk about that. Where you were, how you were feeling to how you're feeling now. Your emotions and your feelings, how you're feeling, will pertain to people so much deeper than just sharing graphics, than just sharing like a boomerang of like your shake, like doing this, like doing a boom, oh, these energy drinks. That's not going to pertain to so many people. When you get on your stories and you're talking to people like, I used to consume over 500 milligrams of caffeine, that's a lot. And now I consume less than 200 a day. Like that's a win for me. I haven't drinking diet soda in over a year until the other day. Talk about those little things. Talk about how you drink less alcohol now. Talk about how you're sleeping better. Talk about if you have less bloat. Are you sleeping better? Does your skin look better? Do you notice some hair growth? Anything. Literally anything and everything, because how you're feeling is going to be somebody else's wake-up call. Somebody else's wake-up call. Just think about that. So, get in touch with your own body, basically. If you're not sure what to talk about, maybe pull from one of your side sisters. Talk about how they're feeling, sharing their wins. What's going on for them with their Thrive experience, their Thrive journey. Where did they start from? Anything, literally anything. Just be on your stories. That's the biggest thing, is just take action. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of it not being perfect. Do it messy. Do it scared. Just take action. Once you do this repeatedly, after, like a couple days, like a week, and then it turns into a month, it will start to compound. It starts to turn into a habit. It starts to turn into, these are my non-negotiables every single day. It was like 3 days ago. I didn't post. I didn't get on that morning. Like, I want to break from my social media. So I didn't share my 3 steps. I didn't share my morning routine of stretching and my mobility or going for a walk. I didn't share my I won't say it on here, but how I mess with Scott in the mornings and tease him. I didn't share any of that. And then by the end of the day, I was like, this feels so weird. Like there's something missing in my day because I didn't do my daily non-negotiable habits that I have built for 4 years now. And it was so weird. Was it a nice like setback? Great. Or like a nice switch up? Yeah, absolutely. But once you start doing these habits and you start to build your confidence with time, nobody is just born with confidence with being on your stories and your social media. Nobody's just born with confidence with, going live or making reels or making posts. It comes with time. My very first post that I made was it was 3 years, it was like 4 years ago now. But I was sitting at the kitchen table. I just learned about how to use a preset filter. I was wearing my blue light glasses because I thought they would make me look smart. And I was holding up my little protein shake that I didn't like. But I just did it and I posted it anyways. And that was just how you get started. Was it my best post? No. Was it the best picture that I've ever taken? No. But we all have to start from somewhere. Just take action. Take action. So now you're into your first week. You're into your second week. Maybe you're into your third week. You are well established with how these products are making you feel, how they're aiding you in changing your life already, your day-to-day life. Again, talking about how you're feeling, right? Sharing progress pictures. Casey did. She shared this the other day and she just signed on with us, like 2.5 weeks ago now. She already has so much less bloat and she already posted about all that. Like that is the perfect example. Did she lose 50 pounds? No. But is she feeling better? Does she not have migraines anymore? She doesn't have migraines anymore. She has less bloat. She's a mama going through postpartum, but she shared that before and after of her progress. Wow. Like when people are able to see just tiny little lifestyle changes with better supplements and better products, people really start to pay attention. Now, add in and sprinkle in a little bit consistency with this whole pie and this whole bowl that you're starting to make with like this beautiful cake out of. I don't know. I'm thinking of food because I can't work out right now, so I'm hungry. But it's sprinkle in some like confidence and then consistency and just time. Something beautiful is really about to form. It is absolutely about to form and it grows. So sharing before and afters. If you don't have before and afters, follow Tide Sisters. We have like over 50 women on our team now that are like active in the chat and have results. And if we don't find them in our chat, go into the Results on Fire page or the How to Thrive page in Facebook. There's so many before and after progress pictures of amazing men and women that have amazing progress pictures that we can take part of, that we can share and utilize and use in our own stories. That's the beauty of this community, is that whenever it's posted or shared within our community, like anybody's welcome to it, whether it's a customer review or it's a progress picture, share it. That is what is going next into is sharing the progress pictures, but talking about the product info. If we're not talking about the product info as far as how it's formulated, because our products are amazing. Our products are, I don't know if you guys fully know how amazing our products are. They are the top of the line pharmaceutical grade. Pharmaceutical grade means like they are at the very top. Our products are pre-methylated. They're ultra micronutrientized. Our shakes are. That means that they get absorbed 3 to 5 times faster in our bodies than just over-the-counter vitamins. They have a 96% absorbency rate. Like, talk about that. Like, I saw a girl, and I didn't have this, but I saw a girl one time. She shared all of the different supplements and vitamins that she would take, like from Walmart or GNC, whatever. And there was like 8 bottles of just crap that she was taking, and she still felt like crap. And so once she started with Lavelle, sorry, I'm trading her back. Once she started with Lavelle, she showed all the vitamins, everything that she was taking, and then showed just the 3 steps that she was taking, and then knocked them all off of the counter, like into the trash. And she's like, this is all I'm using now. And it was so impactful just to show that, because you know other people in your life that also have all like these 8 bottles sitting on their counter. My parents being one of them. Okay. We all know those old ranchers or those town wives that have those bottles sitting on top of their microwave or in the middle of their dining room table that they take every morning, and you know they don't feel any better. Share that. 3 products are changing your life, and this is why. Okay. The caffeine amount. We have caffeine graphics that say the amount of caffeine that are in each of them. That again, I'll go back to it because that was like my first win was the caffeine amounts. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. That's taking over like 500 milligrams of caffeine, like if not more, with like coffee or energy drinks and the pre-workouts that I was taking morning and night. My sleep was horrendous. My acne was horrendous. My digestive system was horrendous. I talked about that nonstop. And then I talked about how our capsules, they have what, 40 milligrams or not even that. Yeah, I think they have 40 milligrams caffeine. Our shakes have like 18. And depending on which DFT you have, it's anywhere from 0 to 19 milligrams at the highest. So put together all of our trifectas products together, like mine being the milligrams, there's anywhere from what was it, like 86 to like 96 milligrams of caffeine within the trifecta, again, depending on which DFT you get. Compare the 96 milligrams like at the most to the 500 milligrams of caffeine that a person was taking before. Like, I posted the ever living crap out of that because I knew other people that were following me that were in other communities like me were also consuming heinous amounts of caffeine. And I still talk about this to this day. There are vets that have joined underneath of me that drink like a pot of coffee, if not more, and a Red Bull and energy in the afternoons just to keep them going. They started on Thrive. All they're taking is just 3 steps now. No coffee, no soda, nothing. Talk about the products in the way that it pertains to you. What has been the biggest change for you with how you are feeling? Less bloat, less caffeine, less diet soda, whatever it is. Talk the ever living crap out of it. People are paying attention. If you feel redundant, that means you're probably doing something right. You're being consistent. And once you're consistent enough with enough time, people will start to reach out. They're watching. But if you're not consistent, people will know you're not consistent with these products. Why should I be? If you're not consistent with sharing these products, then I feel like they're not worth it. There's not as much value behind them if you're not sharing about them every day, putting them in front of me on my social media, telling me why they're good, why they're better. Why should I keep following you if you don't even stick to it, if you don't even stick to the program? That's just my honest thoughts on it. So other things to talk about within your first 2 weeks is your VIPs. This is a huge one. If you are a promoter, this is huge. Again, talk the ever living crap out of it. We can share the numbers on this one. And the company, if you guys are newer, the company just added on to VIP 400. That was not here forever. When I just started last fall with Jess and Bobby, we only had the 800 and the 1600. So we had that it's not a huge gap, but we had that bigger gap to fill right out the gate when we first started. Ladies are so lucky that they have the VIP 400 to go for first. One promoter, and they even changed it. They don't even have to be on a pack. It's one promoter with at least $100 order. It used to be on a pack, but now it's a one promoter with $100 order that makes them qualified and active. One customer on auto ship. The customer does not have to have a certain amount of order, but the volume between those two, if not more, has to equal 400. And then turn around, double that, 2 promoters, 2 auto ship customers goes towards your VIP 800. And then turn around, double that again, that equals your 1600. That is a total of what upwards, someone correct me if I'm wrong, upwards of like $800 in product credits and $800 in cash bonus, $800 in cash bonus, and then upwards of like 200 to 300 in product credits. That initial bonus that women can earn in their first 2 weeks will change their absolute freaking life. It will change their freaking life. Kaylee is a perfect example of this. Her dog accidentally ate ivermectin and she had to take him to the emergency hospital for dogs, and he was about to die. Like she either had to choose between her month's rent or saving her dog's life. And if you guys know Kaylee, like she loves her dog. She loves her dog. Perfect example of this is she was on her way to the hospital, the emergency vet hospital, with 2 minutes to spare, you guys. 2 minutes to spare. She locked in her VIP 1600. And with 2 minutes to spare before the time clocked out, she was able to make her month's rent and save her dog's life, all because of the VIP bonuses. Now, am I Kaylee? No, but her success story, like, share the crap out of that. Our sideline sisters and anyone that is on our team, we can share their successes. We can talk about that. If you're here existing, a veteran with the company, with our team, talk about that. Like when we share about other people's wins and their successes, people see that from like their social media, like onto ours, and like looking onto our social media, watching us, following us, waiting if we're going to be consistent, seeing if we're going to quit. When they see us shouting out somebody else and giving them all the love and the kudos and talking about the community, it makes them feel good. It makes them know that subconsciously, like, if they ever got the wild hair to join us sometime in the future, whenever it was right for them, they're going to know that they're going to get that same love and affection and shout out when they decide to join you. It is okay to talk about other people's wins and successes, even if it's not yours. That is a good thing. It is a good thing for you, for your heart, for your soul, and for your social media following that is also watching you. It is a good thing. Now, if you're new, your brand spanking new, and you're working towards these VIP bonuses, talk about them. Talk about them. You can talk about the numbers. You can talk about the product credits. You can talk about this big goal that you're going for. This is the time that you really need to like push and get out of your comfort zone. Get uncomfortable and just take action. Is it tricky? Is it scary? Maybe. Does it have to be complicated? No. You literally can just get on your stories and say something like, I'm really excited that I joined this company. Within my first 2 weeks, I have the opportunity to earn these VIP bonuses, and then start breaking them down. What the VIP bonuses are is one promoter on a pack, one customer on auto ship, and then I've already earned my first VIP bonus. And then say something like, so that way it follows up with your following, your social media following, like whoever's watching you, like that ideal promoter, that person that like is curious, but they're just not sure, but they just need a little bit more information. Put a CTA sticker on there. Something like, I want to earn these bonuses too. Like, can I do this with you? Or I have questions. Put this in a CTA sticker, a poll, slide the bar, a question, drop an emoji, whatever it is. Something where your following can meet you halfway, but they don't have to drop in your DMs, but you can meet them halfway with that CTA sticker. CTA is call to action. You're calling them to take action on your stories. So share about the VIP bonuses, share what you're working towards, be proud of them, be confident in them. Once you earn that VIP bonus, congratulations, keep sharing it, keep sharing it. This is your next win. This is your next win that you can keep talking about on top of how good you feel with these products. This is the compound effect. You start feeling really good. You're using less caffeine. You have less bloat. Like you're seeing results. You earned your first bonus. Scream it from the rooftops everywhere. And your excitement and your energy is contagious. It is so contagious, and people are watching still. You're being consistent. You're showing up. You're starting your morning habits every day. Keep it up. Keep it up. Okay. Next thing that you can talk about, when you get your first enrollments, is shouting them out. Make a graphic if you have a promoter that wants to build a business with you. Make a welcome graphic for them. welcome Kirsten. Like, I'm really excited for you to start these products. Like, she's a mom of 2. She's a ranch wife. She's a school teacher. I can't wait for her to have her energy back. Something like that. So it gives a little bit of information about the person, who they are, what they do for an occupation, if they're a mom. It's those little tie-in connection pieces that, again, people who are watching, maybe curious, not sure about it yet. They're watching like, oh, she's a teacher. Oh, she's a vet. Oh, she's also a mom. Like, she's doing this. What if I did it? They don't come to you and like ask this kind of stuff, but you like just know they're thinking about it in their minds. They're thinking about it. Okay. So if it's a customer, take a screenshot of that little text bubble that you get within your emails. Not where it's opened up. And it's different for everybody, but me personally, I don't like it. Like, if you open up the email and it's like showing all this like typing and all the wording and stuff, and if you just put that onto your stories, to me, in my eye, and I'll go over this a little later with graphics, it looks gaudy to me. It's harder to navigate. There's so much going on. Like, do I read this big text? Like, what's going on in this little text down here? Like, it's just too much. It's too much information, when all I want people to know is that I'm signing people up. I'm enrolling people. People are joining me. People are dipping their toes in the water and they're plunging in. That's what I want people to know. You have to be strategic with what you're posting and why you're posting it, to a fault. So taking a screenshot of that email bubble, and then just putting it over a cute picture. So I will show you guys exactly how to do that. I need to take the picture of the email. So, okay, so here's one. So, you guys all know how to take a screenshot. So you screenshot the picture, okay, of your emails, and then you just crop it down so that way it looks like that, and then you save it. Okay, you save that picture, and then let's open up our Instagram platform. So I go, see if I can do this. I just go into here, and then I click on a picture. I took some really cute pictures yesterday, some content pictures. So I'm going to open up that one. And then I'm going to go up to I think it's a little face sticker, and then go down into the picture bubbles. And then look, there's my little email graphic. And then, okay, this feels so dumb, but I think it's working. And then I'm just going to blow it up a little bit. So that way that email sticker is right on top of a cute, nice picture of myself having fun. I feel good. I'm glowing, whatever you want to call it. And then I'm going to type something above this. If it's a promoter, I'll say something like, I'm really excited for you to start this business with me. Like, I see so much potential in you. Like, if you know them a little well, that did not make sense. If you know them well, it's okay to say like just a little bit more on there or whatever. Like, it's just a feel good notification for people basically to see like you're enrolling. Okay. And be confident and be proud of it. Be confident and proud, because when you're brand new and you're doing something new that other people are not sure of, especially if it's like an MLM, it's a scam, it's a pyramid scheme, blah. Like, we've all heard that. Okay. I no longer believe in that. And people who do believe in that, like, they just don't know. They just don't understand. And I ignore those comments now, basically. So when you're starting something new and you're sharing that you're enrolling people, people don't want to be the first ones that are like plunging into something new. They want to see that somebody else is doing it first. And that's the honest to goodness truth. People want to see that others are doing it first. It's called the bandwagon effect. Once you see others are doing it, then everybody else wants to hop on the wagon. Okay. That's the bandwagon effect. So sharing your enrollments. Next thing that you can start sharing within your first week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, within your VIP bonus period, or if you're after that. Again, if you're a veteran here, look at this from an onboarding standpoint. Okay. Is talking about the community. Okay. I touched on this a little bit before, but I'm not going to go too much further into it, but sharing other people's results. Like I shared Casey's the other day. I shared her before and afters. I talk about Kaylee's story of her being able to pay rent and save her dog because of the VIP bonuses. Talking about your community's achievements makes you feel good. You're making somebody else feel good. And it's showing to your potentials that are still watching, hesitant, that whenever they sign on, they join the day they do, whenever it's right for them, that they're going to be loved on just as much as these people are that you're shouting out. Okay. It makes them feel good watching that. It gives them confidence in you. It helps them build that trust and that relationship with you, even though they're not in your DMs yet, but it starts that with you. It starts that. Next things that you can talk about are events coming up. Did you earn Mexico? Did you earn a leadership retreat? Do you have, are you going to, like Brooke's retreat that's coming up next weekend? And if you're not, still talk about it. Like, it's okay to still talk about it. Like, saying that you're part of a community now where our team has regular get-togethers. Our team has regular retreats where we can get together and they just goof off. They build memories. They make all these reels. They get better acquainted with each other, and that's something that I've never had before. This is how I first started talking about it before I ever even earned one. Me personally, I just barely missed the qualifications to go to Punta Cana in February. But I was still talking about it. I was still talking about it because I wanted to be there so bad, and I missed the qualifications, and that's fine. I'm not going to be negative. I'm not going to get in my head, but I'm going to talk about all of the amazing women that earned that retreat, that earned that vacation, knowing damn well that I'm going to be on the next one and I'm going to be on the next one. Talking about, how amazing it was to go to my first retreat, like my first ever retreat, and how it changed everything in my life, and how it's like, I've been to this one, like I need to have one for my own team now. It changed everything for me. As soon as you have a win, basically what I'm trying to say is just talk about it on your stories. Talk about it. Anything and everything that you can think of. Side Sisters progress. Okay, yeah, they're reels and achievements. Okay, good. I'm doing so good on time, you guys. I'm so proud of myself. All right. So again, going back to your wins, sharing your win. It doesn't matter how big or how small your win is. It doesn't matter how long you've been here. If you've been here 2 weeks, if you've been here a year, like me, doesn't matter your wins. Keep track of your wins. Do you guys keep track of your wins? Give me a thumbs up, drop it in the chat. Do you guys keep track of your wins? Kathy, come on. All right. Okay, guys, let's go over this real quick. Just like a little mini. Keeping track of your wins. I have mine on the fridge. These are, and I've talked about this in other calls, so I'm not going to go like super heavy on it, but like the gaps and gains. If I'm having a crappy month, I do a gaps and gains sheet. One side, I write down everything that happened, everything great, everything that was achieved, whether it was life, business, relationships, my customers. I'm loving my OUI drinks. It's kicking in. I talk about that and I write it down, all of it. I write it down on a sheet. I won't show it to you guys because it's across the room, but every month when something else big happens, I add it to the paper. We are now in October and there is no room left on that piece of paper. There's no room left on that piece of paper, and I am so GD proud of it. Okay. And it's little things. It's tiny little things. It doesn't matter how big the win is. It doesn't matter how small it is, but if it's a win to me and it made me feel good, like starting me like this mini series, like I'm going to put that on there because that's a win. I'm going to add it on there. So my point is, with having your wins written down, if you're having like a crappy month, if you're down in the ruts, if you just don't know what to post, you're just having a hard time with coming up with something, or you just need to like give yourself a pat on the back, refer back to that win sheet, and then you'll find something to talk about on there again. You'll find something on there to relight your fire. You'll find something on there that will just get you excited all over again. Okay. Doesn't matter how big or small that win is, just talk about it, share it. I know when I am kind of turning this into a mindset call, but real quick, is that when you first start, I know that you can be a little nervous. I know you can be shy. I was like that too. When you get your first big win, whether it's like business, financial, more than just like feeling good with the products, with sharing that on your stories, you might feel conceited. You might feel like you're being boastful or you're bragging about it. There is a difference between being boastful and bragging and like shoving it in someone's face than like saying it very humbly and respectfully. There's a big difference with it, and our team does not have that on here at all. Our team does not have that braggy, boastful arrogance about them. Like no, I don't think I've ever seen anybody on our team in the year I've been here have that. And so I don't feel like that's something that you should be worried about. When you're posting your wins, people are also seeing that you're winning. But when you're in your VIP bonus period and people were able to help you with that win, again, it's going to help them feel good because they're now a part of your story. The people who are helping you now, if you're a veteran, getting your auto bonus, people are a part of your story. They're now a part of your success, and that feels good to them because they're seeing that it's going towards something that is making you happy. It's going towards something that is benefiting you and your family. It's okay to share about it. It's okay. If you were on a trip to Mexico, it's okay to talk about. Kathy made like the best post ever yesterday about it, about earning the VIP events. Congratulations, by the way. It's okay to talk about that stuff. And she did it in a very graceful, humble, and mature professional way. So it was absolutely perfect. So don't be afraid to share your wins. Now, this is where the fun part starts. Okay, it's all been fun. It's all been fun. I lied. It's all fun. When you have new enrollments, you find your first working promoter. Okay, we're gonna switch roles just a little bit. When you find your first promoter, you get so excited. You get so excited. This is making me like so excited just talking about it. You find your first promoter. You then get to fill that leadership role of teaching them everything that you just did, talking about the community, talking about the products, talking about how you feel, talking about the VIPs. What are they? What are they? What are the VIPs? What are you working towards? Talking about the community, talking about other people's wins. And with this, the cycle just starts over. It's a cycle. It's all a cycle. It's all a cycle. And once you get new promoters, you teach them that all over again. You have this little, like, I don't know if I'm going to call it a rap sheet because that sounds bad, like someone's going to prison, but it's like, it's your own little like mental checklist that you'll develop with time, but it's your own checklist that you go through, that you went through with yourself to get yourself to your first bonus, to your first rank, to your first customer, however big your win is. It's what got you to that first win. Share the crap out of it. And then once you find that first promoter, you get to teach that to them. And that is the most beautiful thing about this business, is that we get to turn around and then teach it to people, teach it to other ladies who are then going to start seeing the vision and the care and the love and the support and the energy and all of the exciting things that are here to offer. But how are they going to know that if we're not teaching it and showing it to them too? So won't go too further into this because this is for next week's call. I'm sorry, but I am still on track for later. I do see him. He's funny. Okay. So some of you, if you are my personally enrolled, I probably have taught you this before. If you're a veteran here with me before, Bobby, Jess, you know what this is. I still don't have a name for it. Okay. It's been a year and I don't have a name for it yet. But I think I'm going to call it Pieces of You Make the Pie. Okay. I'm just going to call it that for now. So if you ladies have paper in front of you, Scott just got home with our dinner. He's making so much noise. If you have a piece of paper, go ahead and just draw a circle. Draw a circle and then cut it quarter it into like 6 or 8 different pieces. However, and you'll see on, Maddie knows. You'll make it into a little piece like that. Okay. Once you do that, in these little pieces, fill in everything that makes you you. What are the things that you're passionate about? What are the things that you love in your life? What are the things that set your soul on fire? Okay. Examples is that I love my husband. I'm a ranch wife. I'm a cowboy wife. So Scotty is going to go on there. He's a big thing in my life. Obviously, I'm married to him, and he's probably not going anywhere. So Scotty's on there. I love being outside. You're funny. I love being outside. I love going up in the mountains. I love hiking. So I'm gonna put outdoors on there. I love being outside, outdoors. I thrive outside. Another part is health and fitness. I eat a lot. I love to work out. I love being physically active. So I'm going to put that on there. I'm training for a big event in December. I'm going to put that on there. We have a boatload of dogs. We have a boatload of horses. They're a big part of my life. They're a top priority. They're going to go on there too. Lavelle is a big part of my life. Lavelle is a huge part of my life and my business and one of my biggest priorities, obviously. So that is going to be one of the pieces on there. One of the pieces. Another piece, it could just go further into that. So just a few examples of what to put on there. But these are the things that set your soul on fire, that you absolutely love, that you cannot live without, that are big priorities to you in your life. So because, can you scooch? I'm looking at the clock. Thank you. That's because of time, I'm not going to go into like a lot of detail on this one, but you'll get the gist of it, is that with each of these pieces of the pie, there's only one piece on every single, there's only one topic on every single piece. Each of these pieces are your niche. We hear in social media and network marketing that like, find your niche, like who are your people? Like find it, like narrow it down to like who you're talking to. I do agree with that. We shouldn't be talking to everyone and blasting our stuff out there. But in a way we kind of are, because that's social media. People are going to see our stuff. Like we're not going to screen everybody that comes onto our page, right? Like that would be so dumb. It's a waste of time. But what this is going to do for us is who you are is what's going to make up your social media. Who you are in these pieces of your pie is what is going to be your posting topics. These are going to be what else you'll talk about in your stories, what else you'll make reels about, what else you will make static posts about. And notice how Lavelle is only one piece of the pie. It is one piece of the pie. Okay. So with Lavelle being one piece of the pie, why is it just one piece of the pie? Why don't we just want to share and post about Thrive all the time, 24/7? That's a great question. Because do you know what people do with TV commercials? I don't know if anybody still has like regular TV, so like Roku and like Netflix and stuff, right? But when we did have TV, TV commercials would come on, right? And you would hear that little song and dance, and like the Starburst commercials or the Skittle commercials, whatever they were, like you knew as soon as it came on, if you were in the other room, the song that it was, you knew exactly what the commercial was. And say you went back into the living room and you saw like, oh, this one again. And then what do? You change the channel. Okay. You change the channel, because if we're always sharing about Thrive, we're always doing the same song and dance. It's nothing new. People start to understand and they know what we're about. They have us figured out already. There's no other connection points to that they can talk to us about. When we share about going around that little wheel of like the pieces of the pie of who we are, that gives people the opportunity to connect with us on being outdoorsy, going out fishing, hiking, hunting. I'm not a hunter, but I'm sure some of you girls are. With Lavelle, health and fitness, working out, horses, riding, ranch life, like any of those things, like I guarantee you that Jess has one of those things in common with all of you. I guarantee Kathy, Maddie, Bobby has one of those things in common with all of you. Same with me. It's because we're so much more than just these products. We're so much more than just Thrive. So it becomes really important as we're going through the 2 weeks. Yeah, you're selling yourself. Absolutely, Maddie. Absolutely. That it becomes more important as you're going through the first 2 weeks, your first, your first month, ideally with Lavelle, that being consistent and talking about the products, like, yes, like scream it from the rooftops, but don't be afraid to sprinkle in a little bit more of your life in there. Like Kathy, like how she's holding her baby right now, like share about that. Like I'm on a team call and I'm able to hold my baby in my lap and still be on learning. Like share that. It's mixing your life with Lavelle in a healthy way, showing that other ladies can do this too. Ultimately, that is part of our jobs. Okay, I have like 10 minutes left. This is amazing. Okay, so with topics, going around our little wheels, those are our posting topics, things about us. Keep it to you. Who are you? Let people know who you are. I did this once when I very first started. I had no idea what I was doing when I started in like the network marketing field. I had a zero idea and I had no guidance. And I would post about things that like I thought people wanted to hear about. I would post pictures or videos that I thought people wanted to see, but it wasn't me. It didn't feel good, but I thought people wanted to see it. So I just did it anyways. It got me nowhere, like anywhere fast. Like I got nowhere with it because people could see that it wasn't authentically me. People could see and feel subconsciously or in a figurative sense. I don't know. Nobody ever told me, so people are nice, but they knew that wasn't me. It wasn't me. So as soon as I started last year, when I left my last company and came here and coined this from a podcast I listened to and then developed it for our team, that's when things really started to change. My social media started blowing up. I went from like 1,900 followers to now 16,000. It's still growing. Like when you just start posting about who you are, people love that shit. People want to know who you are. People can see right through like fakeness. I don't want to say that word. I hate that word, but people can see right through that they know when someone is faking it till they make it. They can see that now, like not even with a telescope. They can see that so fast. Be authentically you, working your business and being present in your life. People love who you are because of who you are and what you stand for. Even if your kids are crazy and wacky, show it. Like, show it. If your husband, if you and your husband always flip each other off, like Scott and I do, like I'm going to show that because that's just who we are. We're goofy with each other, and it lets people know that we have a sense of humor. Okay. Anyways, I won't beat a dead horse, but share it. Okay. Captions. This is where personally I do, sometimes I know I need to make a post. I know I need to keep that consistency going, but what the frick do I talk about? Okay. I might want to make a post about my horse. I might want to make a post about me and Scotty. I might be stumped with, I've already talked about the community. I've talked about how I felt. I've talked about, the retreat coming up. I've talked about all that on my stories, but what do I post about now? What do I make a reel about now? Sometimes it's okay to not post. Sometimes if you're just really not feeling it and you were like truly 100% stumped, it's okay to take a break. It's okay to not post every day. Like you do not have to post every single day. It's okay. You're not going to die. Your business is not going to fall apart if you don't post every single day. Do I encourage at least like every other day? Yes. Just because it helps with those daily habits and staying consistent basically and showing that your business is open. Okay. So captions, topics, great. Captions, tricky sometimes. Captions, you can share quotes. You can talk about things that you've recently learned. This new book that I'm reading, Feelings Buried Alive Never Die. I'm talking about that a lot in my stories. I started using essential oils. Like, it's things that are going on around you in your life. If it's motivating to you, if it's inspiring to you, if it's changing you, if it's moving you, wins that you've accomplished, it all just goes back to your day one, your week one, going back to your wins sheet that you have written down, going back to the basics, guys. We don't need to overcomplicate it. It's just simple. Other ways that we can find like prompts, I guess, if that's what I want to say, because you can find like journal prompts. I learned this in South Carolina from one of the girls. You can go to Pinterest and you can type in IG captions. It will come up with all of these different Instagram caption prompts that you can use to write captions off of. I had no idea. There's ones that are like super simple, and there's ones that will like go into depth. I had no idea, but that's really saved my butt lately. I'm getting close to time, but on our Grace on Fire and within Relentless Ambition, our Facebook pages, within the guide section, they also have a lot of different post ideas in there too, and captions, even ones that you can copy and paste for when you're like brand spanking new, okay? Like, don't be afraid to use those pages and those resources. Know your resources. It's so important as a new person, even as a veteran. Sometimes we kind of forget like we have these pages, just to reference back to them, okay? I'll go really quick on graphics, but yeah, we'll go really quick on graphics. Graphics are not my biggest thing. Graphics are not my biggest thing. I love graphics. They're fun to make. And I love the creativity and being artsy with them, but are they like the biggest top priority in my business? No. Do I like using them to showcase products, showcase, like challenge winners or like new promoters, new customers, shout outs? Yes, absolutely. Graphics are amazing for that purpose, to add that just little bit of extra effect to your stories, basically. Something else that people have to stop and look at and pause long enough that they're not just going to skip through the commercials, okay? So what should your graphics include? What should they model? What should they look like? Again, they could be on like the products graphics, the business products community, but we want them ideally to be professional. We want them to look professional. We want them to look clean, because we are running a business now. I know it's social media, like it's getting away from that old mindset that maybe our parents came from. Social media like is here, and it's here to stay, and people are building like multi-million-dollar businesses on social media. Like, this is our business foundation. Like, we need to make it look presentable and professional, just like if we were clocking into our town job and turning in paperwork there. It's the exact same concept. At least that's how I look at it. So making it easy for people's eyes to look at. If we put like really colorful text up here and like another big blob up here and like maybe a sticker in the middle, and then you have that little picture kind of like shrunken on the inside, what are you telling someone with that? Like, what is the purpose behind that? What is your strategy behind putting all of these different texts and colors and pictures on there? What is the message that you want to send to somebody? Ask yourself, are you putting too much on there? Are you putting too little, or is it just right? But again, with graphics, just with like being on your stories, your social media, is that it will just take time. It just takes consistency. And with time and practice, you'll start to develop your own style. Now, how my graphics look very different than Bobby's. Bobby is like our team's graphic queen. Okay? Her graphics are amazing. If I spent all that time trying to make my graphics look like Bobby's, like I think I would probably burn out and not want to make graphics for a while. So I make graphics how they pertain to me and my style. Now, Kay and Ryan, our two uplines, their graphics are very neutral color, natural, kind of boho, chic, but still professional, still flowing, still clean. They have their own style. As you go through this business and just get more practice at developing graphics, you'll just start to get your own style with how it fits you best. And again, real quick before I end, is that you don't have to always post graphics to showcase products or you know, like the business module. We don't always have to post like CTAs or like Canvas or Unfolds to showcase like a business CTA. And I still have it on my stories if you guys want to go check it out, but this won't help for the people watching on the recording. But you can post on there just a picture, kind of like what I did with the email text bubble overlay. You can take a picture of like a can of ooey, and then on the side of it, type in, this is my new energy drink. And then up at the top, save the picture, and then repost that picture, and then put some more text overlaying it. So that way, as people click through your stories, they're able to see new text that's starting to pop up, and then eventually a CTA sticker. Do you want to try? Like, can I have samples? Like, what's the business that you're doing? Like, I'm interested in these giant size bonuses. There's different ways to share graphics in the products without actually sharing the graphics part of it. So with that, that is time on time. I'm really proud of myself for doing that. And that's it. So if you guys have questions, we don't have time on this call, but go ahead and drop them in the chat and we can go over a lot more of them in there. But thank you guys for hopping on. I'll drop the recording in the team chat and we'll see you guys on MMM. Bye.